Hey there, Scoobies. Here we are at the penultimate episode of the first season. In truth, I've never really been a fan of this episode. It just didn't speak to me in the same way that other Monster of the Week episodes did. That being said, there are elements here that drive the plot forward and aid in the final episode being the shining light of what the show will become. The episode opens on Cordy and her gang, indicating that we are going to have a more Cordy-centric episode. They run into Buffy, or more accurately, Buffy runs into them, and Cordy makes a reference to the pilot episode.
Hey, did I ever tell you about the time she attacked me at the Bronze?
I always enjoy that even back in the 90s, the show references previous events, which was not really common in episodic storytelling at the time. In class, they're talking about outcasts and revenge, in a little on-the-nose reference to the upcoming events of the episode. Cordy gives, well, a Cordy take on the reading.
But has Shylock suffered? What's his place in Venice society?
Well, everyone looked down on him.
That is such a Twinkie defense. Shylock should get over himself. People who think their problems are so huge craze me. Like this time I sort of ran over this girl on her bike.
But after class...
Good observations today, Cordelia. It's always exciting to know someone's actually done the reading.
Thanks. I want to talk to you about my final paper.
Cordy's a mean girl, sure, but she's not an idiot. In the boys' locker room, Mitch is attacked by an invisible girl with a bat. Like, seriously, what is it with locker rooms? Cordy is out collecting votes for May Queen, apparently not from Buffy though.
I don't think I need the loony fringe vote.
And it's nice to be reminded of the deep friendship between Xander and Willow.
Oh, God. Remember in 6th grade with the field trip?
Right, the guy with the antlers on his belt.
Buffy tries to get a look at the crime scene when she's stopped by Snyder.
I don't think Mitch needs his comb right now. I think Mitch needs medical attention. And you need to stay away from the crime scene.
People rag on him, but again, is he wrong? Willow quickly comes up with a diversion, allowing Buffy to sneak in and find the message on the lockers. The Scoobies try to figure out the mystery and get to researching.
What, so there's homework now? When did that happen?
And Cordelia once again shows her priorities.
But you should have seen him lying there, all black and blue. How's he going to look in our prom pictures?
Before Harmony is shoved down the stairs.
What happened?
Hey, who's the principal here? What happened?
I love Snyder. In the next scene, we see two not-so-conspicuous fellows hanging around the school. I wonder if that's going to come up later. As the Scoobies ponder what they are fighting, Willow references the episode Witch.
How'd she get it? Is she a witch? Because we can fight a witch.
Not exactly what I'd call foreshadowing, but notice the hint of excitement in her voice.
Greek myths speak of cloaks of invisibility, but they're usually for the gods. Research boy comes through with the knowledge.
This girl's sort of petty for a god.
Oh, just you wait. As Xander and Willow walk off, check this out.
Oh, hey, do you want to come to our place tonight for dinner? Mom's making her famous phone call to the Chinese place.
Xander, do you guys even have a stove?
Much like the previous episode, the line is played off for laughs, but there is a significance to what he's saying. The reference being that his mum doesn't tend to cook and the family live off takeaway shows an imbalance in Xander's upbringing. Just to geek out a little, the scene change with Buffy and Giles' dialogue continuing is a nice transition.
How exactly did you propose to hunt someone you can't see? You may have to work on listening to people.
Very funny.
I thought so.
Sure, it's a cinematic trope, but we are seeing a little of the evolution of the show from the rookie production. While keeping a lookout for the attacker, Buffy looks in on Cordelia. Sarah Michelle Gellar gives a wonderful performance, reminding us that Cordy is the girl she used to be, and still a life she wished she had. This is shown through nothing more than a look as she peers through the window into another life. Giles is in the library when the Angel shows up. It never occurred to me that the two didn't really meet until this late in the season.
Buffy told me you don't feed from humans anymore.
Not for a long while.
Giles has been researching the Master, and Angel thinks he can get a codex, which is a book on Slayer prophecy. We get another flashback of Marcy trying to infiltrate the Cordettes.
Did you see his toupee? I mean, it was like the worst.
We're talking, okay?
Oh, and did you guys check out that extreme toupee?
And back to the present, Cordy is crowned May Queen.
Being this popular is not just my right, but my responsibility. And I want you to know I take it very seriously.
Juxtaposed to the previous scene, this seems to be more of the shallow ramblings that we are used to. The interesting thing about Cordelia is that she means it. We, like the Scoobies, take it for granted that she's just popular, and that it comes easy. But as we later find out, Cordy does work for it, and even at the top, things can be treacherous. Buffy goes back to the music room and finds Marcy's hideout and the yearbook. Marcy attempts to murder yet another teacher, but Cordy finds her. Looking at the yearbook, the Scoobies note the only comment made in it to Marcy.
Have a nice summer. Have a nice summer. This girl had no friends at all.
It's the kiss of death.
Looking back, it makes me wonder, would it have been better to have been bullied and ridiculed, or never even seen at all? Even Xander and Willow, who were far from considered cool, played a part in this.
This isn't this great power that she can control. It's something that was done to her. That we did to her.
No wonder she's miffed.
Just in time, Cordy burst in to ask for their help.
Buffy, I know we've had our differences with you being so weird and all, and hanging out with these total losers.
Despite the selfish nature of her plea,
somebody is after me. They just tried to kill Mrs. Miller. She was helping me with my homework. And Mitch and Harmony. This is all about me. Me.
There's a self-awareness of what's going on. Cordy realises that the attacks are within her orbit and how it may relate to her, even if she doesn't know why. Xander comments on her lack of priorities.
If I'm not crowned tonight, then Marcy's won. And that would be bad. She's evil, okay? Way eviler than me.
Cordelia has a point.
Yes, she does. Self-centered though it may be, I agree with her. If she were to hide away, then that would be letting Marcy win. The next scene between Buffy and Cordelia is a game changer. I know I'm a little meh on the episode overall, but this is some real insight into Cordy's character.
So are you saying she's invisible because she's so unpopular?
That about sums it up.
Bummer for her.
Not phrased in the best way, but Cordy is showing some genuine empathy. Furthermore, she is showing some keen insight into those in her orbit.
You think I'm never lonely because I'm so cute and popular? I can be surrounded by people and be completely alone.
Marcy lures Giles, Xander and Willow into a trap. Buffy tries to relate to Cordy, who is then kidnapped. Following her, she gets a sucker punch and then drugged. Buffy and Cordy then wake up to find themselves tied to chairs, with Marcy's final message. Marcy reveals her plan, giving Buffy time to escape. Meanwhile, the Scoobies are saved by Angel, who's brought Giles the Codex. Without being able to see her foe, Buffy gets pummeled before honing and focusing her other senses to take Marcy out, before the FBI show up and whisk her away. Cordy thanks Buffy for saving her when her clique come to save her from the losers.
You're not hanging with these losers, are you?
You think I really felt like joining that social leper colony?
Ah, foreshadowing. The episode ends with Marcy attending a school for invisible kids, which is a nice little world building that we'll never see again. With new eyes, the School is Hell theme hits a little bit closer to home in this episode than it does in other Monster of the Week episodes. In those other episodes, the monster and B-movie horror elements are a metaphor for what the kids are going through at school with bullying, cliques, tests and hormones. A major element of this is the feeling of not being seen, being invisible in the crowd. Marcy's feelings are manifested through this, which is a little bit on the nose, but the real star of this is Cordelia. Marcy is a metaphor for Cordy. In this scene with Buffy, she pretty much lays it all out for us.
People just want to be in the popular zone. Sometimes when I'm everyone's so busy agreeing with me, they don't hear a word I say.
She's the invisible girl. Everyone's so busy trying to get attention from her, no one really cares who she really is. And as we later find out, who she is pretty damn special.